Kenny, I know things offensively have been a little bit of a work in progress so far this year with Evan being more of a focal point, but what did you think of him on that end of the floor tonight?
I got on him at halftime. I think, they have two really good big defenders, and I felt like we were just kind of trying to go at him. He was trying to go at him too much, and I told him, move them around a little. You got to move the ball. I thought he did a better job in the second half, much better job. Got to the free throw line, but first half it was a little kind of. And I get it. It's really hard. Like, he's got to find that balance between being aggressive and making plays and making sure, he's spreading the ball around. But I'll just say him and Donovan. I think both of them kind of struggled overall. But Donovan made huge shots, and then Evan, obviously at the free throw line, 12 for 12. That was big time. 10 for 10 in the second half. That was. Despite the struggles, they made the big plays.
What does it say about Evan that at that end of game situation where you have a lot of good shooters on the floor that he's the one you're getting the ball to get fouled and make free throws? Yeah,
I mean, we got 4 different options on that play. He was the first one open. Obviously Zoe trusts him. We trust him. Last year we had him taking it out. Now we have Zoe, who's a great inbounder, taking it out. So it's good execution at the end.
Kenny, how was it just having DeAndre back in the offense defensively?
Just his size. I mean, just the size. You see our offensive, I don't know how many he had, but our offensive, we're just more physical team. He doesn't play. Do you win that game? That's probably up in the air. He was huge, I thought.
And we talked a little bit about Donovan and Evan. In the second half, it found like you guys were getting into the free throw line with Donovan and being there to have the option to go down to Evan, and then Evan just give it back to him and find better options in the offense. Yeah. Evan ended up having 6 assists. How is that two-man game kind of growing already?
Yeah, I think they, they were, some of the best two-man combinations last year. They know each other really well, and I felt like Ethan, like you said, they got in the paint, and then got to the free throw line. They did a good job with their zone. I think, we had 5 or 6 turnovers against the zone, and I'll take some of that, for we should have been prepared better. Wasn't expecting that from them. But that kind of changed the rhythm of the game, got us, really slowed us down offensively. So credit to them for switching up the coverage as we started turning it over, and then they started getting easy ones down the other end.
Mark, another night, coach, where Sam Merrill makes 4 threes. Now got 15 in 3 games, shooting over 50%. Could you possibly ask for anything more?
No, I mean, the guy's probably been our best player over the first 3 games. Just quite simply, both ends. It was great.
And then to have a luxury like Alonzo Ball, your inbounder in those late game situations, so smart and a really good passer. How much easier does it make your job as a coach knowing you can fully trust?
Yeah. And he's 6'6", right? So if they put a big guy, he can see. And you listen, in that position, you got to be a little bit of a risk taker too. Like if you're conservative, it's probably not the spot for you in the NBA. So it's definitely a luxury to have him. And we got Larry too, who can take it out, good passer. So we got 2 guys that can inbound the ball.
Right.
Still only a few games, but what have you thought of the way that Lonzo has blended within what you guys are trying to do?
Good. I think he's still learning. He's still kind of learning. What really sticks on my mind, I think he was taking the ball out of bounds under. And he was expecting, this is in the second half, Donovan to do something, and he did another thing. Like, he's still learning his teammates. He's still learning. We obviously have sets and positions, but really still learning where to put people. I think it's normal. It's part of the, growth process because he doesn't know these guys as well as I do, obviously. The other thing I really liked about him tonight was his offensive. I thought he had 2 big offensive rebounds. and that putback was a big play. I keep telling man, you read the ball great off the rim. I want him going to the boards, using his length, and then if he gets it, he can make a play.
Was there anything different with what you saw from your guys from a rebounding standpoint tonight?
Just more, whatever we emphasize to these guys, usually they respond. And I said pregame, we're struggling on both ends rebounding. And then tonight, much better job. Really, this was at the, deciding factor for us because we didn't, shoot the ball great. We weren't great offensively, but rebounded the ball well on both ends.
Cam.
Through the first 3 games, you guys have kind of pinpointed some struggles that you have had. How important is it to identify those this early into the season as you guys try to clean that up?
Absolutely. I mean, this is one where you're a little more anxious going to the tape, going to the film, just to figure out how we can be better and how I can adjust the lineups better, who fits with whom, what sets are we running with each lineup. We still have a lot to improve on, a lot to learn about with this team. But listen, with Giannis playing like that, I mean that's I said it before the game. That's championship Giannis. I know he's always really good or great, but I kind of feel like he's at a whole nother level this year, back to championship level.
First game at home, how did you guys respond to the home crowd?
Yeah, I thought they helped us, really, especially when we were struggling there, in the fourth quarter, helped us. We needed an emotional lift. We were a little down. They make a big run, but the crowd uplifted us. I thought it was huge. I don't know if you get this win if you're on the road.
Spence.
To that point, how hard is it not to compound mistakes when a run is happening like that?
Yeah, man, I just want to stop the game. Like I wish I had 25 timeouts because, but you got to really be judicious. I mean, we needed those timeouts at the end of the game. But yeah, I felt like we. Again, I'll give them credit. The zone got us out of rhythm, and then we kind of started making it up on our own. Got to kind of forgot what we did against the zone last year, and I tried to set them up in the timeout, but I think that was part of the clunkiness of our offense.
I kind of asked you this in the pregame, but since it's been a week into it now, Lonzo and Dean coming together. With Dean making decisions as quickly as he has, whether he's taking a 3 or swinging the ball over to the next guy, just how does that help as far as getting defenses off balance? Because I feel like he's really taking it onto his own to make decisions very quickly.
Yeah, it's definitely been a point of emphasis for us. They'll put a weaker defender on him, so it's huge that he kicks it, either runs into pick and roll or pick and pop. Dean's a huge part of what we do. Dean, what's great about it, he doesn't turn the ball over, so he's a quick decision maker, but he's a low turnover. That's why, we value him so high, and then he gives you great defense. It's like he's like the perfect fit for what we do.